Hi, welcome to my creative corner, and today we'll be creating a card using some products located in our celebration catalog, which runs from January 3rd to March 31st. We'll be using the stamp set Thoughtful Bloom with its coordinated small bloom punch, and we'll be incorporating the Well Said stamp sets in this project as well, and we'll be using a blending technique. So what we're going to go ahead and do is get a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock, and we're going to be using our Tuxedo Black ink, and we're going to be taking one of the smaller flowers, and we'll be stamping up a couple of those flowers with the Tuxedo Black ink. And then we're going to be taking our coordinated punch, the small bloom punch, and we'll cut or punch a couple of those flowers out. When you punch those flowers out, they leave a white border around the flowers, which gives it a nice appearance. Okay, now that we have our flowers all punched out, we're going to begin using our blending technique. So with that, you're going to need a piece of cardstock. This is in white, measuring 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. You're going to need some blending brush and some green ink, and this is Stampin' Up! Ink is called Granny Apple. So what I did is I took my blending brush and I'm starting on the left side of the paper, and I am starting by blending off on my scrap piece of paper there, and I'm making it heavier or darker on the left side of my paper and have a gradual lighter green ink over to the right side of that cardstock. I got these blending brushes at Amazon, and they came 5 in a pack, and they're called Crafting Ink blending brushes, and they were for $9.99, and I actually got those for Christmas. I put that on my Christmas list, and they work really well. So now, instead of using just one ink to create your ombre blending look, you could use 2 different ink. You could use a darker green and a lighter green ink, but I chose just to use one ink to keep it simple. So you're going to keep on blending till you get the desired look. This card was inspired by another paper crafter by the name of Mindy. So once we get our ombre blend to the desired look, we're going to go ahead and bring in our punch flowers, and those punch flowers, you're going to put dimensionals to the back of those. I just put dimensionals, mini ones, to the back of 3 of those. I'm going to bring in my strip of cardstock that I'm going to put my sentiment and measure that out, make sure my flowers are not too low. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and peel off the back of the dimensionals, put those down, and we're going to put multi-purpose glue on the rest, and we'll bring in our silicone mat to protect our work area, and we're going to overlap some of those flowers to the edges of our cardstocks. So with this, you could consider other color combination besides the black. With the green, I think you have your pinks, your reds would go really nicely with this green as well, and your purples. And we're just going to cut those flowers that's hanging over the edge there. Now for our sentiment, we're going to be using the sentiment from our Well Said cling stamp set, and I'm going to mask off the word you with some purple tape. You could use washi tape. And here I'm going to be using it on a white piece of cardstock, which is measuring a 1/2 inch by 4 1/8 of an inch. And we're going to be using the Memento black ink to stamp that sentiment in. And I'm going to put that to the right side of that cardstock. With the sentiment, you could create or coordinate it with the color of your flower, whichever color you decide to use. So we're going to go ahead and share what the well set stamp set has coordinating dies that goes with it. So the stamp set comes in two, and it has coordinating dies that goes with it. And we're going to use the die, the word U, to add to our card. And we're going to be taking some copper foil to cut out to create that word U. But these are some of the words that you get with that die. So you have several to choose from. So I went ahead and cut those out so you could see how they look. So what we're going to get is our copper foil, and we're going to run that U through our Big Shot or your die cutting machine. Stampin' Up used to sell the Big Shot machine, but they no longer sells that machine. So I'm going to go ahead and sandwich that to our plates, our two plates, and run that through our Big Shot. So I'm not sure if they'll be coming out with another die cutting machine. Nothing have been said yet. So we're going to go ahead and put our card together, and we're going to put the strip of a sentiment down on the layering cardstock, and I'm using a multi-purpose glue art glitter. And I like this multi-purpose glue, as I said several times before in my other videos, because it doesn't dry tacky and it dries clear. You could also pop this up with some dimensionals too as well. So I'm going to cut the edge there of the overlapping piece of strip of cardstock. And then also after that, we're going to go ahead and glue down the letter U. And we're going to use our multi-purpose glue there as well. And then once we have that U down, we're going to go ahead and stick our layering cardstock to the base of our card. The base of our card is in the Whisper White cardstock, the thick Whisper White cardstock by Stampin' Up, and that's measuring 11 inches by 4¼ inch, and then you score it down the middle at 5½ inches. So we're going to use our multi-purpose glue to go ahead and glue that down. And as well here, you could use dimensionals too as well to pop this up. And pretty much that's it, guys. I opened my card, the base of the card, to even that out, and that helps me to eyeball it better once it's opened up. I'm going to have the measurements over on my blog, so if you want to hop over there, if you're interested in any of these bonus products, there's a site that you could click on over on my blog to order those products. I get those bonus products free. Thanks for tuning in. Please share and subscribe. Happy stamping.